I'm Vulva Fervor. Woo! It is wonderful to see so many of my fellow international secret agents assembled here for Operation Lit Crawl. First, I would like to thank the Mrs. Robinson Society for providing such impossibly stylish security detail for this occasion. I almost didn't make it here today as I had an unexpected mission come up at the last minute in Cyprus, which is somewhat of a long story that begins in Norway, where we have had Bjorn, the king of porn Bjornson, under surveillance for years. For the record, I have no problem with pornography. Technical difficulties. I think it serves a vital function in our society. The reason I wanted to bring Bjorn down was because he was peddling the most vile, immoral, and reprehensible porn there is. American porn. American porn makes sex look downright painful and oftentimes silly, and please don't get me started on the art direction or lack thereof. Watch some Swedish porn and compare. The Swedes actually enjoy sex, one would assume, after watching their product. And Bjorn is half Swedish and half Norwegian. He has the best porn on the planet right there in his own back fjord. Why peddle the worst on the market? I find his lack of taste and good judgment to be his greatest crime. My ex, James Quantum of Lame Bond, was supposed to be my partner in taking Bjorn down, but James is still mad that I spent Labor Day weekend with Ethan Runt Hunt. I know you know it was pure business. Ethan needed me to do some recon. He's still in San Francisco, taking forever on his latest mission, Operation Glory Hole. I just have a hard time being around Ethan because he's always trying so hard to be the fastest and the strongest and the best, like, you know, in that overcompensating way that short, closeted Scientologists often do. But I digress. So, there I was, painstakingly sorting through mountains of evidence when, lo and behold, what should I find? None other than my jet-setting, coke-addled, stupid sister Viva on a collection of tapes with a particularly eye-catching title, Den Tillbaka Grandserien, which, as you know, translates into the Back Alley series. This series includes such heartwarming classics as Den Tillbaka Granden Alltid Opet, and of course my favorite, Den Tillbaka Granden Tak Tak Traffickera. Now, I would like to think I have better things to do with my time being an international secret agent than watch my stupid sister Viva writhe around naked in a seedy alley, unlike the one in which we are gathered here, and do all sorts of things with all sorts of talent. But unless you live on Nukubata, you know that my stupid sister Viva has been headline news for her shenanigans, as the media has come to call them, for quite some time now. It was her little performance atop the Golden Gate Bridge for the Blue Angels during Fleet Week last year that shut down the bridge for 8 hours, which is how she ended up on the FBI Most Wanted list, so naturally she fled to Norway and quickly befriended Bjorn, and that led to the discovery that she was involved in his international pornography pirating ring. But of course, only my stupid sister Viva can be involved in an international pornography pirating ring and yet have no idea whatsoever that that's what's going on because she is too busy sniffing out her next line of coke. But I digress. When Viva was brought up on charges in Norway for her part in all this, it was revealed that there was also an outstanding warrant for her arrest in Cyprus because Little Miss Center of the Universe was busted in an international sting operation there that was set up to catch Europe's greatest cocaine smuggler. She was in bed with both sides of the law on that one, and as you know, Cypriot men are very possessive and very unforgiving. So Viva was extradited, and for the first time, she got to see the inside of a jail cell in Nicosia. Much as my life would have been much simpler if I'd left her there, it just doesn't look good on my dossier. So yours truly had to rescue her yet again. I was far too angry to deal with her myself, so I sent Jason, the born boob, since he owed me a favor after his last very public and very humiliating attempt to woo me. He could start by not talking with his mouth full. It was almost impossible to locate the born boob. He's been keeping a low profile ever since Laura, Empress of the Universe, Croft kicked his ass in a Muay Thai death match. She keeps ignoring my challenge to go a few rounds, but I think that has more to do with the fact that she's a wee bit embarrassed to face me again ever since that weekend at the Spy Spa retreat. She had a little too much to drink and started crying like a baby, how she'd give it all up in a heartbeat to find a good man who loves me for who I am and settle down. I'm not getting any younger, Vulva, and I really want to have a child. I don't know, maybe 6, I could adopt. But I digress. It turns out Jason had an easy go of it in Cyprus after all. The government there freely handed Viva over under the condition that she never set foot in on Cyprus land or enter its waters again. I've heard from neither Jason nor Viva since, so this whole thing turned out to be a win-win for yours truly, all of which is what brings us here to Lit Crawl this evening. Our topic this year is Dirty in the Alley. Though the dirtiest I've gotten lately was an intensive 3-day fast-roping session with a certain well-muscled new recruit whom I'll refer to as Special Agent Man Cub. As you know, being an international secret agent does have its privileges. If you have any questions or comments or missions for myself or the Mrs. Robinson Society, you know the drill. Contact us via a secure channel. Thank you, darling.